And good morning, everybody. After hearing Satish ji, I think half of my questions have been answered because from the last 30 years, I have been traveling to rural India, Nepal, and Bhutan, Sri Lanka, and working with the rural communities on education and development. And from the year 2005 onwards, I was taking technology to the rural people and facing lot of challenges, which I have been sharing at different fora. We have been talking about content. We started a program in 2005, Open Knowledge Network program. We were working with rural communities by setting up advocacy centers. They developed lot of content which were important for them. But that time, the challenge was connectivity. We were giving offline content to the communities where we were having centers. There was a challenge for power, which still exists in rural Asia. Thanks to solar panels, now we have solar panels on our centers where the people can have access to the technology. Here, I would like to make a presentation on how we have been working under READ, Rural Education and Development model in rural areas. Process of learning, I think I can skip this slide because everyone knows about that. Digital divide, yes, we have been working so much on this. Even at VISIS, I took 16 rural women to make their own presentations at the plenaries there, those who have been using technology at the rural level. And the women are really doing very good at the Rural India platform. But still, there are challenges. Is the technology available to all, as we have been just listening? Is it accepted by all? There are challenges on capacity building, providing technology to the active users. Access to ICTs, yes, it's still a challenge. Is it affordable? So these are the challenges which I have been facing while working with the rural community. I thought of sharing with you. Creating a new possibility for change. See, I am representing here an organization called Rural Education and Development. We have our parent organization in San Francisco. It has been working from the last 25 years in Nepal. We have 25 community library and resource centers. The mission started with one agenda that a rural woman said, I don't have any facilities to provide even a single book to my child. And the founder of the organization started a mission of setting up community libraries and resource centers. Our model is unique because we work directly with the communities. We select a group who are interested to take the challenges and work very closely with us to have hand-holding from us as well as solve their own problems at the rural end. We sign an agreement with them. We expect that they donate us at least what they can do so that they can develop the ownership from the beginning itself. Hitherto, what was happening, the projects were funded by the donors by 2 year, 3 year ceiling time, and when the donor is away, the project is off. So based on our learning, we devised a model that let it be handled by the community themselves. So that is the model I'm going to share with you. This is our model. We set up community library and resource center and we address livelihood and sustainability. Why livelihood? Because when I take education and use of ICT component to the rural woman per se, who is responsible for sending her child to the school, she is more worried about her own day-to-day earning. So we simultaneously give a small business into their hands so that they can earn money, we develop their skills, we make them better from their basic standard living, and then encourage them to send their children to our centers where we promote non-formal education and then link them up with formal education. Women's empowerment, health, information hub, Training and capacity building is our 3-year well-defined agenda with the communities. We sign an agreement for 5 years. 1 year goes in making them understand community mobilization. 1 year goes in constructing the center. 3 years we handhold them rigorously so that they are empowered to manage, to participate, to manage, and to own the center. And then we facilitate whatever they need from us. Objective is identifying and analyzing community strengths to build people's confidence in their own capacities, engaging people as citizens rather than clients in development and promoting empowerment and ownership, acknowledging and using individual and community talent, skills, and assets. We harness local content. We form groups, designed and accepted technology tools to sustain the community library and resource centers, because finance is a big challenge, though we support them for 5 years. Opportunities for national audiences, advocacy on right to education. We form the policy at the central level and the policy doesn't reach to them. That is the big gap. Promotion and facilitation of higher education linking with various universities. See, in Gijgarh, 60% of the youth has been migrated. The elders and the children are left behind because for hunt of a job and hunt of having a higher education. We are assembling here, we are talking about distance learning education, we are talking about higher education. There is a need to reach to these villages through effective partnership programs. Preparing children for higher education and stopping migration of youth from the rural areas. Effective usage of technology by providing tools in their hands and extensive capacity building. Building an environment of information dissemination at the grassroots level. Strengthening rural base by full participation from the rural communities. That's all I just wanted to share with you.